count, count, indictment, indictment, prosecutor, prosecutor, allege, allege, evade, evade, willful, willful, retention, retention, withhold, withhold, conspiracy, conspiracy, obstruction, obstruction, parallel, parallel. Donald Trump faces 37 counts on 7 different charges in the Mar-a-Lago documents case, according to an indictment unsealed today. Federal prosecutors alleged the former president hung on to sensitive military secrets he knew he shouldn't have, shared them with others, and directed his staff to help him evade authorities' efforts to get them back. The charges include willful retention of national defense information, withholding a record, conspiracy, false statements, and obstruction. Trump's lawyers have pointed to his broad authority as president to declassify information in his defense, and to the apparent parallels in finding classified material improperly stored in President Biden's and former Vice President Mike Pence's homes. Trump is scheduled to go before a judge on Tuesday. Brace, brace, propane, propane, oil refiner, oil refiner. U.S. air improves, but the Canadian fires burn on. Residents in New York, Philadelphia, Washington, and the surrounding areas are now breathing more comfortably. After a few days of dangerously polluted air, weather reports from most of the eastern U.S. showed improving conditions today. But in Canada, hundreds of wildfires continue to burn out of control across the country, forcing the evacuation of more than 10,000 people in Quebec alone. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau warned Canadians to brace for a fierce wildfire season that could worsen as the heat intensifies. 66% have a negative view about tipping, and 32% say they're annoyed about tip screens, a new Bankrate survey says. 65% say they always tip servers, down from 73% last year and 77% in 2019. It's cheaper to barbecue this summer than it has been in years, the Wall Street Journal reports. Propane prices are down 50% compared with last year. Oil refiners and natural gas drillers have seen record output, and the unusually warm winter used less heating fuel. Brash, brash, mogul, mogul, revolutionize, revolutionize, polarizing, polarizing, prosecute, prosecute, outsized, outsized, praise, praise, plead, plead, handling, handling. The end of an era in Italy. Whatever people in Italy thought of Silvio Berlusconi, the brash media mogul who revolutionized Italian television and then became the country's most polarizing and prosecuted prime minister, they all recognized his outsized influence. When he died today at 86, both his allies and his enemies came out to praise a life lived to the fullest. Former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty in a federal court in Miami this afternoon to criminal charges related to his handling of classified documents. It was the first time in the country's history that a president, current or former, was booked on federal charges. Helm, helm, philanthropic, philanthropic, left-leaning, left-leaning, stimulus, stimulus, proposal, Proposal. George Soros' son is taking the helm of a $25 billion philanthropic enterprise. I'm more political, said Alex. He plans to continue using the family's deep pockets to back left-leaning U.S. politicians. China's central bank unexpectedly cut a series of different interest rates on Tuesday. Officials are also considering a broad package of stimulus proposals, including support for real estate and domestic demand.